Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher are off to a great start, leading the pack, with Shohashi not far behind in third. Bucha Zero and I are currently working our way up from the back of the pack, plenty of race left to catch up. Okayaki 3 advances to P9, passing MYST 149 and Bakioki 8. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick climb to P15, overtaking Karikairi. Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot move up to P23, overtaking Komodo 3K. Duffdad making moves, up 4 spots to P21. Amin-san also climbing, now at P24. LaCroix 1980 is struggling, dropping to P27 after losing 7 places. LaCroix 1980 is on fire, making a massive move up the field to claim the top spot. Eusgian 7 is also gaining ground, now in 27th place after overtaking 11 cars. LaCroix 1980's impressive run continues as they overtake Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher for the lead. Eusgian 7 is on a rampage, overtaking 25 cars to secure P2. A swift move sees Eusgian 7 passing Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher for the position. On another front, Just Jazik, UG Nitro, and Drin 1 are fiercely fighting for the 8th spot. Eusgian 7 and LaCroix 1980 are struggling as they've both dropped significantly in the rankings. Meanwhile, Bucha Zero and Amy are making moves, climbing up to 3rd place by overtaking Shohashi. Laserloxt has slipped to P30, facing some tough competition. Fafamarker has made a strong move up to P10, surpassing Okayaki 3. An exciting duel is unfolding between Fafamarker in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa and Okayaki 3 in a Maserati 450S for the 10th position. Karikairi advances to 17th, passing Sneaku 515. Komodo 3K now in 19th after overtaking Alpiost and Obeliximax. Komodo 3K, Alpiost, and Obeliximax are fighting for 19th position with Maserati Typo 6061's Birdcage leading against Aston Martin DBR 101. Sidrek is on fire, overtaking for cars like a pro to secure P25. Meanwhile, Laserloxt seems to be struggling, dropping back a whopping 25 positions to P26. Sneaku 515 is also facing difficulties, slipping down 15 spots to P34. Laserloxt drops 7 positions to P38. Babardo and Sabine 27 advance to P31, passing Stickdeck 1980 and Meyer. Stickdeck 1980 and Meyer now in P32 after overtaking Rizaldi Adar. Amin-san and Unknown Knowns are neck and neck for the 21st position. Kokibi 90 and Janoski are fiercely contesting the 13th position in their Maserati 450S and Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR respectively. Meanwhile, Unknown Knowns and Amin-san are currently battling it out for the 21st position in the race. LUL, it looks like there's a lot of action happening on the track. Hang in there, guys. Eusgian 7 is making a significant move, reducing the gap to Sneaku 515 from Team Racing Potatoes by 26.7 units. Fafamarker has now secured the 10th spot, overtaking Hugard 03 from Team NAFH Gumkins. Hugert03 has also made progress, advancing to 11th position by passing both Kokibi 90 and Chinosky. Okayaki 3 is on fire, making a significant leap up to P6 by passing 11 cars. Meanwhile, MBG 2129 and Yukenbakum are also making moves, overtaking 7 cars to secure 21st place. A quick update sees Okayaki 3 now overtaking V4 Zone to solidify a strong position in P6. Okayaki 3 is facing challenges, dropping significantly down to 36th position. Laserlogst is making impressive progress, closing in on Okayaki 3 with a gap reduction of 88.2. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are on the move, advancing to 9th place by overtaking Fafamarker. V4 Zone successfully overtakes Shohashi for 4th place. Both drivers are in a heated battle, with V4 Zone in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa and Shohashi in a Jaguar C-Type. Additionally, Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot make gains, moving up to 17th place by surpassing Wayne Train 94. Unknown Knowns has advanced to 22nd place, overtaking Amin San from NAFH Gum Kings. Amin San now in 23rd place, surpassing Alpiost and Obelixmax. Sidrek from Team Live for Speed has made a move up to P24, surpassing both Alpiost and Obelixmax in the process. Electric Mary makes a strong move, climbing to 12th place by overtaking Kokibi 90 and Chinosky. Eusgian 7 is on the move as well, jumping to 33rd place after passing Stickdeath 1980 and Meyer. Karikairi advances to P16 by passing 4 cars. Komodo 3K climbs to P14, overtaking Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot. Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot now hold P15 after overtaking Karikairi. Wow, Okayaki 3 had a rough one there. Looks like the wheel decided it wanted to take the day off too. Let's hope they can bounce back from that. Duff Dad is on fire, passing 15 cars to secure the 11th position. Wayne Train 94 is also making significant progress, overtaking 12 cars to claim 13th place. MBG 2129 and Yukenbakum are not far behind, overtaking 8 cars each to reach 16th place. Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot making moves, passing 5 cars to secure P15. Karikairi is on the move, overtaking 5 cars to claim P16. Amin-san also making progress, overtaking 4 cars to grab P18. Neighbor making a strong move, climbing up to 23rd place after overtaking 4 cars. Rizaldi Adar also showing impressive progress, now in 25th place after overtaking 4 competitors. Babardo and Sabine 27 are on the move as well, both overtaking 4 cars to secure the 26th position. LaCroix 1980 making moves, now in 36th place after passing Stickdeath 1980 and Meyer. Laserloxt is now right on Duff Dad's tail, narrowing the gap by 3.0 seconds. Shohashi is now in 5th place, overtaking Drin 1. Neighbor has advanced to 23rd place, surpassing Rizaldi Adar. Rizaldi Adar has moved up to 24th place, passing Babardo and Sabine 27. Welcome back, Mama Aster. Glad to have you rejoin the race car action with us. Laserloxt is now in 29th place after passing 5 cars. Okayaki 3 is cutting down the distance to Stick Depth 1980 and Meyer by 503.0 units. Drin 1 has advanced to 5th place, surpassing Shohashi. LaCroix 1980 is making impressive gains, overtaking 5 cars to secure P31. Unfortunately, Laserloxt is facing difficulties, losing 8 spots down to P37. Karikairi is on the move, advancing to P16 by surpassing Amin-san in the rankings. Kokibi 90 and Chinoski are now in 32nd place, surpassing Irevale and Romance. Irevale and Romance have surged to 33rd place, passing LaCroix 1980 in the process. Jump 073 has made a move up to P19, surpassing Alpiost and Obelixamax. Meanwhile, Alpiost and Obelixamax have climbed to P20 by overtaking Sidrek. Eusgian 7 is struggling, dropping down to P33. Shohashi and Grenenjeb are fiercely contesting P6, with Shohashi in a Jaguar C-Type and Grenenjeb in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa. Neighbor has advanced to P22, passing Babardo and Sabine 27 in the process. Rizaldi Adar is on fire, passing 8 cars to claim 17th place. Sidrek is also making moves, overtaking 8 cars to secure 18th place. Irevale and Romance are not far behind, overtaking 4 cars each to grab 28th place. Rizaldi Adar is struggling, dropping back to 27th place. Amin-san from Team NAFH Gumkins has made progress, climbing to 17th position and overtaking Unknown Knowns. In turn, Unknown Knowns has moved up to 18th, passing Jump 073 on the track. Drin 1 advances to 4th place by passing Shohashi. Shohashi gains 5th place by overtaking V4 Zone. Kokibi 90 and Chinoski climb to 30th place, surpassing Duff Dad. Kamado 3K is showing impressive speed, catching up to Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick, reducing the gap by 5.5 seconds. LaCroix 1980 from Team Blast is making moves, advancing to P36 by overtaking Wayne Train 94 in an exciting maneuver. Amin-san advances to 16th place, surpassing Unknown Knowns. Unknown Knowns progresses to 17th, overtaking Jump 073. Jump 073 climbs to 18th, passing El Payost and Obelixamax. Unknown Knowns is now in 16th place after overtaking Amin San. Neighbor has advanced to 21st place by passing Sneaku 515. Sneaku 515 has climbed to 22nd place, overtaking Komodo 3K. Okayaki 3 is making a rapid move towards Duff Dad, shrinking the gap by a whopping 567.3 units. Amin San has climbed up to P14, surpassing Mr. Aliolai and Sir Ironbot. Sneaku 515 has also advanced to P20, overtaking John 073 in the process. Komodo 3K has made a fantastic move, passing 7 cars to secure the 16th position. Mr. Aliolai and Sir Ironbot are now in 14th place after overtaking Karikairi. Karikairi has retaliated by moving up to 15th, successfully overtaking Komodo 3K. Amin San is now in P24 after falling back 7 positions. Komodo 3K is now at P26 after dropping to 8 positions. On the positive side, Sneaku 515 has moved up to P19 by overtaking John 073. Irafale and Romance are on a roll, passing 5 cars to secure the 31st position. Drin 1 is making moves up to 3rd place, successfully overtaking Bucha Zero and Amy. Meanwhile, Sidrak has advanced to 28th place, surpassing a Eusgen 7 from Team Live for Speed. LaCroix 1980 is making a swift move towards Laserloxt from Team Vanguard, narrowing the gap by 594.1 units. Just Jazik and UG Nitro have stepped up to P8, passing V4 Zone. Fafamarker is catching up to V4 Zone, decreasing the gap by 3.8 units. Grenin Jeb makes a move up to P5 by overtaking Shohashi in a fierce battle. Grenin Jeb is in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa while Shohashi is driving a Jaguar C-Type. Rizaldi Adar also gains ground, now at P24 after overtaking Amin San. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 advanced to 6th place, passing Shohashi. Decoder Snake and Ilst Patrick climbed to 12th place, overtaking Electric Mary. Unknown Knowns gains ground to 14th place, overtaking Mr. Aliolai and Sir Ironbot. John 073 is making a significant move, closing in on El Payost and Obelixamax by 598.3 units. Mr. Aliolai and Sir Ironbot have advanced to 13th place, leaving Electric Mary behind. Karikairi has also climbed up to 15th place after overtaking Unknown Knowns. Unknown Knowns is struggling, dropping 8 positions to P24. El Payost and Obelixamax advanced to P16, surpassing John 073. John 073 climbs to P17, overtaking Electric Mary. The race continues with shifting positions and intense battles on the track. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are gaining ground on Shohashi, reducing the margin by 2.3 seconds. Eusgen 7 advances to P27, surpassing Amin San. Irevale and Romance climb to P31, overtaking MBG 2129 and Newcombuckham. Babardo and Sabine 27 are making significant strides towards Electric Mary. reducing the gap by 64.2 units. Meanwhile, Kokibi 90 and Janoski are rapidly catching up to MBG 2129 and Newcombotham, closing in by 419.5 units. The battle for positions is heating up as Babardo and Sabine 27 continue to close in on Electric Mary by 64.2 units. Neighbor makes a move to 18th place, surpassing Sneaky 515. Rizaldi Adar climbs to 22nd place, overtaking Unknown Knowns, who then moves up to 23rd, passing Kamado 3K. MBG 2129 and Newcombotham showing strong moves, climbing up to 30th position by overtaking Amin Sam. Karikairi has advanced to 13th place, surpassing both Mr. Aliolai and Sarayan Bot in the process. Alpiost and Obelixamax are fiercely contesting the 16th position, both in Aston Martin DBR1 cars. Meanwhile, John 073 is also in the mix driving a Maserati for 50S. The battle for that spot is heating up. John 073 has progressed to 15th place, passing Mr. Aliolai and Sarayan Bot. Unknown Knowns has advanced to 23rd place, overtaking Kamado 3K. Laserlogst has climbed to 34th place, overtaking Duff Dad. Neighbor is now in 17th place after overtaking Mr. Aliolai and Sarayan Bot. Sidrek has advanced to 25th place, passing Eusgian 7 from Team Live for Speed. Eusgian 7 has climbed to 26th place, surpassing Okayaki 3 in the process. Electric Mary has made a move to P19, successfully passing Sneaky 515. It's a close battle between Electric Mary in the Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR and Sneaky 515 in the Maserati Typo 6061st birdcage for the 19th position. Drin 1 drops back to 9th place, while Bucha 0 and Amy advance to 3rd, surpassing Gren Jeb. Gren Jeb makes a strong move to 4th, overtaking both NYST 149 and Bakyoki 8. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick have advanced to 11th place, surpassing JRIN 1. Rafael and Romance are on the move, advancing to 31st place after overtaking Amin San. Karikairi is rapidly closing the gap on Drin 1 by 44.2 seconds. Hugert03 said, "Hey Amy, why is this race a survival race for the Maseratis? Har har, it seems like the Maseratis have a little extra challenge today. Maybe they're just trying to spice things up for everyone else. Let's see if they can survive till the end." Sidrek is making a move on Kamado 3K, reducing the gap by 2.1. Shohashi has made a bold move to claim the 5th position, overtaking NYST 149 and Bakyoki 8 in the process. The trio is now locked in a tight battle for that spot. Meanwhile, there's a heated competition for the 18th position between Mr. Aliolai, Sarayan Bot, and Electric Mary, each handling different classic cars with precision. NYST 149 and Bakyoki 8 are making a move on Shohashi, reducing the gap by 6.4. Meanwhile, LaCroix 1980 is closing in on Duff Dad, narrowing the distance by 571.4. NYST 149 and Bakioki 8 continue to pressure Shohashi, closing in by 6.4. Someone said, "Hey Amy, Hype Peak." Hype Peak indeed. Buckle up, we're in for an exciting race ahead. Let's see those cars zoom around the track. Eusgian 7 is making a strong push, catching up to Babardo and Sabine 27 by 578.2 units. Meanwhile, Kokibi 90 and Chinosky are closing in on Amin-san with a gap of 574.8. In the midst of all this, Shohashi, NYST 149, and Bakioki 8 are fiercely battling it out for the 5th position. Exciting developments on the track with these close races unfolding. Just Jazik and UG Nitro made a strong move to claim the 7th position from V4 Zone. Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot also showed their skills, advancing to 16th place, surpassing neighbor. Sneaky 515 is steadily climbing up the ranks to 18th place after overtaking Electric Mary. Kamado 3K advances to P21, passing Sidrek from Team Live for Speed. Sidrek moves up to P22, overtaking Babardo and Sabine 27. Babardo and Sabine 27 climb to P23, surpassing Eusgian 7. Laserloxt is making a strong move, catching up to Amin-san and reducing the gap by 506.4 units. Shohashi in the Jaguar C-Type is contesting P5 with NYST 149 and Bakioki 8 in the Ferrari 250 Testarossa. The competition is heating up as these drivers navigate the track for position. Karikari is making a solid move, narrowing the gap to Dakota Snake and Ost Patrick by 5.9 seconds. The battle for position is heating up. Okayaki 3 is making a strong push, narrowing the gap to Irafale and Romance by 5.1. Meanwhile, Shohashi is in a tight battle with NYST 149 and Bakioki 8 for 5th position. Exciting developments on the track as the race unfolds. Mr. Alioli, Sir Ironbot, and Neighbor are fiercely contesting the 16th position. Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot are piloting a Ferrari 250 Testarossa, while Neighbor is at the wheel of an Aston Martin DBR11. Kamado 3K has advanced to 20th place, successfully passing Jump 073 in the process. Just Jazik, UG Nitro, and V4 Zone are fiercely contesting the 7th position. Neighbor has made progress to 16th place, overtaking Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot. Unknown Knowns has advanced to 27th place, surpassing Rizaldi Adar. Just Jazik and UG Nitro from different teams have surged to P7, passing Fafamarker from Team NAFH Gum Kings. Fafamarker has now climbed to P8, surpassing Hugert03. Hugert03 has advanced to P9, overtaking V4 Zone in the rankings. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are now in 6th position after overtaking Fafamarker. Fafamarker from NAFH Gum Kings has moved up to 7th, passing Shohashi. Eusgian 7 is now in 21st place, overtaking both Babardo and Sabine 27. Karikairi is making a bold move, closing in on Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick by 6.4 seconds. Not to be outdone, Babardo and Sabine 27 have surged ahead to P21, surpassing Eusgian 7 in the process. The race dynamics are really heating up as these drivers make their strategic moves. Karikairi is making gains on Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick, narrowing the gap by 2.0 seconds. John 073 has advanced to P22, surpassing Sidewreck in the process. Okayaki 3 is hot on the heels of MBG 2129 and Newcombakum, reducing the gap by a significant 524.5 units. Meanwhile, Amin San is swiftly catching up to Arifale and Romance, closing in by 539.6. Lastly, Komodo 3K is inching closer to Electric Mary, diminishing the distance by 2.4. Eusgian 7 makes a move to P23, passing Sidewreck. Rizaldi Adar climbs to P25, overtaking John 073. Meanwhile, Okayaki 3 advances to P29, overtaking Unknown Knowns. Grenin Jeb impressively takes P3, passing Bucha 0 and Amy. Drin 1 climbs to P12, overtaking Karikairi. Drin 1 in the Ferrari 250 Tester Rosser and Karikairi with the Jaguar C-Type are fiercely fighting for P12. Shohashi impressively takes P7 from Hugert 03, who in turn overtakes Fafamarka for P8. Now Hugert 03 and Fafamarka are locked in a tight battle for P8. Fafamarka is making some impressive moves, overtaking 6 cars to secure 3rd place. Meanwhile, Drin 1 is hot on V4 Zone's tail, narrowing the gap by 6.1 seconds. Another smooth move by Fafamarka, now surpassing Grenin Jeb for 3rd place. Bucha 0 and Amy have advanced to position 4, surpassing MYST 149 and Bakioki 8. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 have now moved up to position 5, overtaking Fafamarka in the process. Fafamarka is now in 19th place after dropping 13 positions. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are now in 6th place, overtaking Shohashi. Shohashi has moved up to 7th place, overtaking Hugert 03. Laserloxt is now just 2.7 seconds behind Amin San from Team NAFH Gum Kings. Unknown Knowns has advanced to 29th place, passing Amin San in the process. Sidewreck is putting the pressure on Rizaldi Adar as they battle for the 22nd position. It's a tight race between these two drivers as they fight for every inch on the track. Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick are strategically closing in on Hugert 03 from Team NAFH Gum Kings, reducing the gap by 5.4 seconds. Komodo 3K is also rapidly gaining on Fafamarka from Team NAFH Gum Kings, narrowing the distance by 522.3 meters. The duo of Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick continues to pursue Hubert 03, steadily reducing the gap by 5.4 seconds. John 073 has made a slick move overtaking Sidewreck, now sitting comfortably in 22nd place. Mr. Alioi and Sir Ironbot are gaining on neighbour from Team No Name Racing, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Sidewreck has overtaken Jump 073, climbing to the 22nd position. Rizaldi Adar advances to P23, passing John B073 in the process. Buchazero and Amia on the move, catching up to Gren and Jeb by reducing the gap by 4.5. MBG 2129 and Mukumbakum have climbed to P25, surpassing Eusgene 7. Eusgene 7 has now moved to P26, overtaking Okayaki 3 in the ongoing race. Buchazero and Amy are narrowing the distance with Gren and Jeb by 2.3. Meanwhile, MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 are catching up to Buchazero and Amy, shrinking the gap by 3.3. The competition is heating up as the racers jockey for position. Karikairi has advanced to P10 by overtaking V4 Zone in their exciting battle. Both drivers are showcasing their skills in a Jaguar C-Type and a Ferrari 250 Testarossa, respectively. Meanwhile, Pfaffermarker is making gains on Electric Mary, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Karikairi advances to 10th place, passing V4 Zone. MBG 2129 and Mukumbakum climb to 25th, overtaking Eusgene 7. Kokibi 90 and Chinosky now sit in 34th after overtaking LaCroix 1980. Pfaffermarker is swiftly catching up to Electric Mary, reducing the gap by 47.5 units. John 073 is making a strong push towards Okayaki 3, narrowing the gap by 547.7 units. Shohashi has advanced to P5 by overtaking Hugert 03 in a decisive move. Amin-san is charging hard, closing the gap by an impressive 596.6 on MBG 2129 and Mukumbakum. Meanwhile, Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick have made gains, climbing to P8 while V4 Zone has overtaken Karikairi for P9. Drin 1 advances to 10th place, passing Karikairi in a close battle. Drin 1 is in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa while Karikairi is in a Jaguar C-Type. Eusgene 7 climbs to 24th place, surpassing Okayaki 3. Shohashi is closing in on Buchazero and Amy, reducing the gap by 5.1. Electric Mary from Team Quarkspress is closing in on Sneaky 515, narrowing the gap by 540.4. John 073 is closing in on Rizaldi Adar, reducing the gap by 586.3. MBG 2129 and Newcombotham are making a strong push, reducing the gap to Jump 073 by 14.8. Drin 1 has made a move up to P8, surpassing Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick. V4 Zone and Kerry Kyrie are currently fighting for P10, showcasing their skills in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa and a Jaguar C-Type, respectively. MYST 149 and Bocchio P8 have advanced to second place, passing Buccia Zero and Amy in the process. Buccia Zero and Amy have now taken the third spot by overtaking Shohashi. Shohashi has managed to climb to fourth place, successfully passing Gren and Jeb. Hugard 03 has advanced to fifth place, surpassing Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher. Meanwhile, Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher have climbed to sixth place, overtaking Gren and Jeb. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are gaining on Gren and Jeb, reducing the gap by 6.2 seconds. Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot are also making a move on Neighbor, closing the gap by 6.7 seconds. Sidereg is charging hard, catching up to Babardo and Sabine 27, reducing the gap by a significant 42.7 seconds. Unknown Knowns is making significant gains on Rizal Diodar, narrowing the gap by 33.4 units. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are gaining on Gren and Jeb, closing in by 4.3 units. Sidereg is catching up to both Babardo and Sabine 27, slimming the gap by 2.7 units. Sneaky 515 advances to 15th place, surpassing Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot. Aerofail and Romance climb to 32nd place, overtaking Laserloxt. LaCroix 1980 makes gains to grab 34th place, passing Kokibi 90 and Chinaski. Babardo and Sabine 27 are making a strong push, reducing the distance to Komodo 3K by 3.9 seconds. Laserloxt has made a strategic move, advancing to P32 by overtaking Aerofail and Romance in the latest lap. Electric Mary is gaining ground on Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot, reducing the gap by 3.2. Meanwhile, Unknown Knowns has climbed to P27, successfully passing Rizal Diodar. Hugard 03 now in fourth place, passing Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher. They are closely followed by Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher now in fifth place, overtaking Buccia Zero and Amy. Electric Mary now in 16th place, overtaking Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick are now in 6th place, surpassing Drin 1. Drin 1 has advanced to 7th place, overtaking V4 Zone. Meanwhile, V4 Zone has moved up to 8th place, passing Karakairi. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are making significant progress, cutting the distance to Buccia Zero and Amy by 4.3 seconds. Meanwhile, Eusgian 7 has advanced to P23, surpassing Okayaki 3, who in turn moved up to P24 by overtaking Sidereg. Jump 073 making moves, now up to P29 after overtaking Rizal Diodar. Rizal Diodar is making a significant move on Jumby 073, reducing the gap by 434.5 units. Komodo 3K has advanced to P19, surpassing Babardo and Sabine 27. Adar continues to close in on John B073, making impressive progress in the race. Amin San is making a strong push towards Adar, reducing the gap by a whopping 590.0 units. Meanwhile, Okayaki 3 has advanced to P22, overtaking Eugene 7. The competition is heating up with Aminsan's impressive moves on the track. Aerofail and Romance are making a strong move, closing in on Aminsan with an impressive reduction of 415.5 units. Sidrack has made progress, climbing up to 23rd place after overtaking Eugene 7. The battle is intensifying as the race unfolds. B4 Zone now occupies the 7th position, successfully passing Karikairi. Karikairi has advanced to 8th place, overtaking Dring 1 in the process. Grenninjeb has advanced to 9th place, successfully passing Buchazero and Amy in the process. Buchazero and Amy now hold the 10th spot after overtaking Just Jazik and UG Nitro. Just Jazik and UG Nitro have climbed to 11th place by passing Drim 1. Adar advancing to P30, overtaking Amin San in the process. Ipiest and Obelixamax are catching up to Dring 1, reducing the gap by 3.1 seconds. Alpiost and Obelixamax are making a strong push, reducing the gap to Dring 1 by 46.1 units. Meanwhile, Amin San has climbed to P30 after overtaking Adar. Grenninjeb is closing in on Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick, reducing the gap by 2.7 seconds. MBG 2129 and Mukumbakam have advanced to P25, overtaking Unknown Knowns. In turn, Unknown Knowns has moved up to P26, passing Eugene 7. Laserloxt has advanced to P32, successfully passing Aerofail and Romance in the process. Shohashi is rapidly closing in on NYST 149 and Bakyoki 8, reducing the gap by 7.5 seconds. Shohashi has advanced to 2nd place, surpassing Hugert 03. Hugert 03 is now in 3rd place, passing Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher. Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher are now in 4th place, overtaking NYST 149 and Bakyoki 8. Grenninjeb is making moves, closing in on NYST 149 and Bakyoki 8 by 6.0 units. B4 Zone is now in 5th place after overtaking Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick. Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick are now in 6th place after passing Karikairi. Neighbor skillfully overtakes Niku 515, securing the 14th position. The Aston Martin DBR11 is making moves against the Maserati Typo 6061's birdcage in this thrilling battle for 14th place. Electric Mary is making a strong move, closing in on Sneaky 515 by 6.0 units. Meanwhile, John 073 is rapidly catching up to Eugene 7, reducing the distance by 471.5 units. It seems like Electric Mary is continuing to pressure Sneaky 515, closing the gap by another 6.0 units. NYST 149 and Bakyogi 8 advance to 7th place, passing Gren and Jeb. Gren and Jeb climbs to 8th, overtaking Bucha Zero and Amy. Bucha Zero and Amy progress to 9th, surpassing Just Jazik and UG Nitro. Drin 1 has now advanced to 11th place, surpassing Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher. Mr. Alioli, Sir Bot, and Fafa Marker are currently engaged in a tight competition for the 17th position. Laserlogst has made a significant move, now in 32nd place after overtaking RFL and Romance. Okayaki 3 is making impressive progress, swiftly catching up to Babardo and Sabine 27 by reducing the gap by 474.5 units. Elpiost and Obelixamax have surged to P12, surpassing Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher. Neighbor has made a solid move up to 13th place, surpassing Sneaky 515. Sneaky 515 now finds themselves in 14th after overtaking Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher. MBG 2129 and Mukambakum have advanced to 23rd place, surpassing Unknown Knowns. Unknown Knowns has also progressed to 24th place, overtaking Sidrak. Electric Mary makes a swift move, advancing to P15, surpassing Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot in the process. Meanwhile, Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot climb to P16, overtaking Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher. Neighbor is on the move, swiftly closing in on Elpiost and Obelixamax, reducing the gap by 6.3 seconds. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick have made a strong push to P5, overtaking Karikairi. Karikairi is now in 5th place after passing Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick. Bucha Zero and Amy have advanced to 8th place, overtaking Gren and Jeb. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are making significant progress, closing in on Gren and Jeb by 6.7 seconds. The pressure is on as they continue to push for a better position in the race. The 4 zone is making a significant move, reducing the gap to Hugard 03 by 7.1 seconds. The competition is heating up between these two drivers. MBG 2129 and Mukambakum are making a strong push towards Okayaki 3 from Racing Potatoes, reducing the gap by a significant 597.4 units. Karikairi is now in the 4th position after overtaking Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick. Meanwhile, Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick have moved up to 5th place, passing NYST 149 and Bakyoki 8 in the process. Neighbor from Team No Name Racing is making an impressive move towards Elpiost and Obelixamax, reducing the gap by 6.7 seconds. Just Jazik and UG Nitro have climbed to 9th place, overtaking Hugard 03 in a quick maneuver. Drin 1 is swiftly catching up to Hugard 03, decreasing the gap by 47.5. Okayaki 3 advances to 21st place, surpassing MBG 2129 and Newcombotham. MBG 2129 and Newcombotham climb to 22nd place, overtaking Babardo and Sabine 27. Unknown Knowns is making moves, climbing up to P23 by overtaking Babardo and Sabine 27. Sidewreck from Team Live for Speed has advanced to P24, surpassing Babardo and Sabine 27 in the process. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick have advanced to 7th place, passing V4 Zone in this thrilling race. Just Jazik and UG Nitro have made a bold move, advancing to 7th place by overtaking Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick. Hugert 03 has advanced to 8th place, surpassing Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick. Neighbor has climbed to 12th place, overtaking Alpiost and Obelixamax. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick are making a swift move towards V4 Zone, closing the gap by 21.8 units. However, Dream 1 is catching up to them rapidly, reducing the distance by 47.7. The battle for positioning is heating up with quick changes in gaps and movements. LaCroix 1980 is closing in on Koki B90 and Chinoski, decreasing the gap by 13.2 seconds. Bucha Zero and Amy have advanced to 4th place, surpassing MYST 149 and Bakioki 8. MBG 2129 and Newcombotham have climbed to 21st place, overtaking Okayaki 3. Kairi, Bucha Zero, and Amy are currently locked in a fierce battle for the 3rd position. Kairi is in a Jaguar C-Type, while Bucha Zero and Amy are navigating their Ferrari 250 Tester Rossars. The competition for the podium spot is heating up. Pfeffermarker is closing in on Electric Mary, reducing the gap by 7.9 seconds. Eustachian 7 is making gains on Babardo and Sabine 27, closing the gap by 42.1 seconds. Bucha Zero and Amy have charged to 3rd place, overtaking Kairi. Neighbor is making a strong move, catching up to Drim 1 by 6.8. Grennan Jeb has smoothly advanced to 4th place, surpassing Kairi. A thrilling battle for 4th is on between Grennan Jeb in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa and Kairi in a Jaguar C-Type. Kairi has made a move, advancing to position 4 by overtaking Grennan Jeb on the track. Kairi in the Jaguar C-Type is trading positions with Grennan Jeb in the Ferrari 250 Testarossa for the 4th spot. Exciting battle between these vintage cars. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick are making a move on V4 Zone, reducing the gap by 2.0 seconds. Eustachian 7 has climbed to P26, surpassing Babardo and Sabine 27. Laserlogst has advanced to P29, overtaking Jump 073 in the process. Kamado 3K has made an impressive move, shrinking the distance to Electric Mary by 10.7 units. The chase is on. Karikairi, MYST 149, and Bakioki 8 are neck and neck, fighting for the 5th position. Karikairi is piloting a Jaguar C-Type, while MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 are behind the wheels of a Ferrari 250 Testarossa. Let's see who can outmaneuver the others in this intense battle. MBG 2129 and Newcombotham are on a mission, inching closer to Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher with a significant 484.3 reduction in the gap. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 have made a bold move, securing the 5th position by overtaking Karikairi. Neighbor is also making gains, closing in on Drim 1 by 3.5 units. Hey there, Lucan 123 for 5678891. Welcome back to the stream, we've missed having you here. Good timing too, the race is just getting started. Racing car #party popper. Eusgian7 is making a strong move, closing in on Unknown Knowns by 362.8 units. Meanwhile, MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 have pushed up to 5th place, overtaking Karikairi. Eusgian7 from Team Live for Speed continues to gain ground on Unknown Knowns, shortening the distance by 362.8. Sneaky 515 from Team Racing Potatoes is closing in on Alpiost and Obelixamax, reducing the gap by 5.1 seconds. Karikairi has made a strong move up to 5th place, overtaking MYST 149 and Bakioki 8. There's an exciting battle for 5th place between Karikairi in a Jaguar C-Type and MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are making ground on MYST 149 and Bakioki 8, reducing the gap by 3.1 seconds. MBG 2129 and Newcombotham are rapidly closing in on Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher, reducing the gap by 481.3 units. Over on the track, Sidrek is also making a charge towards Okayaki 3, decreasing the distance by 542.0 units. The pursuit of MBG 2129 and Newcombotham on Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher continues as they narrow the gap by 481.3 units. It looks like B. Cicero and I are off to a strong start leading the pack, followed closely by Grenanjev in 2nd and Karikairi trailing in 3rd place. Let's see if they can keep up the pace or if there will be any surprises in this race. Electric Mary is making a strong move, closing in on Mr. Alioli and Sarayanbot by 49.8 units. Fafamarker is also gaining ground on Sneaku 515, reducing the gap by 2.2 units. Keep an eye on Electric Mary's progress as the race intensifies. MBG 2129 and Newcombochum have advanced to P22, surpassing Sidrek. Eusgian 7 has climbed to P25, overtaking unknown knowns. John 073 has progressed to P29, passing Amin San. Greningeb is now right on the tails of Buchazero and Amy as the gap shrinks by 4.0 seconds. Karikairi is putting the pressure on Greningeb, cutting the distance by 4.1 seconds. Rafael and Romance are making impressive progress, rapidly catching up to Laserloxt by reducing the gap by 380.6 units. Meanwhile, Greningeb and Karikairi are fiercely competing for the second position, with Greningeb's Ferrari 250 Testarossa challenging Karikairi's Jaguar C-Type. In another exciting battle, V4 Zone is contesting Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick for the 9th spot, with V4 Zone driving a Ferrari 250 Testarossa against Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick in an Aston Martin DBR 101. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 have advanced to 4th place, surpassing Just Jazik and UG Nitro. Just Jazik and UG Nitro have taken over 5th place, passing Shohashi. Shohashi has climbed to 6th place, overtaking Hugert 03 from Team NAFH Gum Kings. V4 Zone makes a move to claim 8th place, successfully passing Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick. Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick advance to 9th position, overtaking Karikairi in the process. Rizaldi Adar gains ground, moving up to 28th place after overtaking John 073. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 now in 3rd place after overtaking Just Jazik and UG Nitro. John 073 advances to 28th place, passing Amin San. Amin San climbs to 29th place, surpassing Rizaldi Adar. Rizaldi Adar is now right behind Amin San, closing the gap by 2.0 seconds. Rafael and Romance are making impressive progress, closing in on Rizaldi Adar with a significant gap reduction of 543.5 units. The pressure is on as they continue to chase down their competitor. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 have surged to P2, overtaking Greningeb. The three are now in a heated battle for the 2nd position. John 073 advances to 27th place, surpassing Amin San. Amin San rises to 28th place, overtaking Babardo and Sabine 27 in the process. Greningeb has made a strong move up to 2nd place by overtaking MYST 149 and Bakioki 8. The three drivers are now in a heated battle for the second position. Neighbour has advanced to 11th place, successfully passing Dream 1 on the track. Alpiost and Oberliximax are making a swift move towards Dream 1, reducing the gap by 21.5 seconds. The pressure is on as they close in on their competitor. Dream 1 is making a spectacular move, catching up to Alpiost and Oberliximax, reducing the gap by 26.5 units. Sneaky 515 is also on the move, closing in on Neighbour from Team No Name Racing by 18.2 units. NYST 149, Bakioki 8, Just Jazik, and UG Nitro are currently engaged in a fierce battle for the third position. Neighbour is narrowing the gap to Sneaky 515 by 26.3 units. Fafamarker from Team NAFH Gumkins is closing in on Neighbour, reducing the gap by 48.3 units. Sneaky 515 is closing in on Dream 1, reducing the gap by 4.6 units. Risoldi Adar now holds 29th place after passing Babardo and Sabine 27. MBG 2129 and Newcombuckham are making moves, climbing up to 21st place, surpassing Okayaki 3 from the Racing Potatoes team. Hugert 03 drops to P15 after losing 8 positions. Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot are gaining ground on Hugert 03, closing the gap by 55.3. The Forsone advances to P7, surpassing Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick. Risoldi Adar is now right on Aminson's tail, reducing the gap by 2.3 seconds. Just Jazik and UG Nitro have advanced to second place, surpassing Gren and Jeb. Kerry Kyrie is hot on the heels of Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick, cutting the gap by 4.9 seconds. Eustian 7 is rapidly catching up to Okayaki 3, reducing the gap by 497.9 units. The chase is on. John 073 continues to gain on unknown knowns, diminishing the distance by 3.6 seconds. Alpiost and Oberliximax are making gains on Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick, reducing the gap by 3.0. MBG 2129 and Newcombuckham are also closing in on Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher, narrowing the distance by 2.1. Excitingly, Aminsan has climbed up to 27th place, overtaking Unknown Knowns. Welcome back, Ilovechikan Soup. So glad to have you back at the racetrack with us. Stats usually reset at the beginning of each season, but the mods will announce it in advance. Eugene 7 continues to gain ground on Okayaki 3, reducing the gap by 6.7 units. Babardo and Sabine 27 are also making impressive progress on Rizaldi Adar, closing in by 687.2 units. The chase intensifies as Eugene 7 closes in on Okayaki 3, now trailing by only 6.7 units. Drin 1 is making a strong move, closing in on El Payost and Obelixmax by 7.9 seconds. Grenin Jeb has climbed to second place, surpassing Just Jazik and UG Nitro. Drin 1 continues to make progress, narrowing the gap to El Payost and Obelixmax by 7.9 seconds. Neighbor is climbing up the ranks, now sitting comfortably in 11th place after successfully overtaking El Payost and Obelixmax on the track. Okayaki 3 advances to 22nd place, passing Eugene 7. Unknown Loans is gaining on Aminsan by 209.1 units. Following closely, Rizaldi Adar is closing in on Unknown Loans by 364.3 units. Also, Babardo and Sabine 27 are catching up to Rafael and Romance, closing the gap by 910.1 units. Fafamarker is gaining on El Payost and Obelixmax, reducing the gap by 2.9 seconds. Hubert 03 is rapidly catching up to Sneaku 515, shrinking the distance by 44.4. It's a tight battle between them. Meanwhile, John 073 has made a move up to 25th place by overtaking Sidrak. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick make a solid move to P8, passing Karakairi. Hubert 03 is catching up to Sneaku 515, reducing the distance by 2.3. Aminsan climbs to P26, overtaking Sidrak in the race. Aminsan successfully overtakes Sidrak, advancing to position 25. Meanwhile, Sidrak manages to surpass John 073, securing 26th place in the race. Babardo and Sabine 27 are swiftly catching up to Rafael and Romance, reducing the gap by a significant 384.0 units. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 have made a strong move to secure the third position, surpassing Just Jazik and UG Nitro. Sidrak has moved up to the 25th spot, overtaking John 073 in the process. The Zone has advanced to 6th place, surpassing Dakota Snake and Ilsp Patrick. Dakota Snake and Ilsp Patrick have moved up to 7th place, overtaking Just Jazik and UG Nitro. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are making impressive progress, overtaking 5 cars and securing the third position. What a dynamic duo as they continue their ascent, now surpassing MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 for that coveted spot. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 have surged to third place, passing Grenin Jeb in the process. Grenin Jeb has swiftly climbed to 4th place, overtaking Shohashi. Shohashi has made a strong move to 5th place, surpassing Just Jazik and UG Nitro. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are slipping down the ranks, now in 16th place. Unknown Knowns is rapidly catching up to Isolde Adar with a 558.0 gap reduction. B4 Zone is making moves, climbing up to 6th by passing Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick. Grenin Jeb jumps to 3rd place, surpassing MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 with a swift move. A fierce battle now brews between Grenin Jeb, MYST 149, and Bakioki 8 for that coveted 3rd spot. In the meantime, Jump 073 makes a solid gain, advancing to 25th place after overtaking Sidetrack. Rafael and Romance are making a strong push, narrowing the distance to Isolde Adar by 12.2 units. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 have advanced to P3, surpassing Grenin Jeb. Mr. Alioli, Sir Ironbot, Just Jazik, and UG Nitro are engaged in a tight competition for P15. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are making moves, climbing to 15th place, surpassing Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot in a tight battle for that position. Isolde Adar is also on the move, advancing to 27th place after overtaking Sidetrack. Siderk is making moves, climbing up to 27th place after overtaking Isolde Adar. Rafael and Romance are making a significant move, reducing the gap to Isolde Adar by 597.7 units. Their teamwork is paying off as they continue to close in on their competitor. Kairi is making a move on B4 Zone, reducing the gap by 2.0 seconds. Babardo and Sabine 27 are making impressive gains, steadily closing the gap to Unknown Knowns by 439.3 units. The pressure is on as they push forward in their pursuit. Amin-san has advanced to P25, surpassing John 073 in the process. Alpiost and Obeliximax are making significant gains on Neighbor, reducing the gap by 7.4 seconds. The chase is on. Amin-san is making a rapid move on Jump 073, reducing the gap by 413.9 units. Pfeffermarker is making a strong move, closing in on Alpiost and Obeliximax by reducing the gap by 4.7 seconds. The competition is heating up between these drivers as they battle for position. Just Jazik and UG Nitro have made a move up to 15th place, passing Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot in the process. Hubert03 has overtaken Sneaku 515, moving up in the race. Carlo 061 is overtaking Juan with a swift move. Rizaldi Adar advances to 27th place, overtaking Sidetrack from Team Live for Speed. Drin 1 has successfully overtaken Kairi, moving up to 7th place. Kairi is now in 8th position. Sidetrack is now in P27, surpassing Irefale and Romance. Irefale and Romance have advanced to P28, overtaking Unknown Knowns. Unknown Knowns has climbed to P29, passing Babardo and Sabine 27. Babardo and Sabine 27 have made a strong move, advancing to the 29th position by overtaking Unknown Knowns. Unknown Knowns is making a strong move, reducing the gap by 117.4 seconds to Irefale and Romance. Babardo and Sabine 27 have climbed to P28, overtaking Irefale and Romance. The battle for position is heating up. Kamado 3K is making a significant move, closing the gap on Electric Mary by a whopping 367.8 units. Meanwhile, Drin 1 is also gaining ground on Kairi, narrowing the distance by 3.3 units. The race is heating up as Kamado 3K continues to challenge Electric Mary for position. Irefale and Romance have made a move, advancing to P27 by overtaking Sidetrack. Babardo and Sabine 27 have advanced to 27th place, successfully passing Irefale and Romance in the standings. Unknown Knowns has made a significant move, advancing to P28 after overtaking Sidetrack. Rizaldi Adar advances to 28th place by passing Unknown Knowns. MYST 149 and Bakioki 8 make a decisive move to grab the third spot from Gren and Jeb. The three are now locked in a fierce battle for P3. Shohashi is on the move, narrowing the gap to Gren and Jeb by 2.1 seconds. Sneaku 515 is rapidly gaining ground on Fafamarker, decreasing the distance by 8.7 seconds. Fafamarker is closing in on Elpiost and Obeliximax, reducing the gap by 3.2 seconds. Sneaku 515 continues to close in on Fafamarker, shrinking the gap by 8.7 seconds. Hugert 03 is now just 1.9 seconds behind Sneaku 515. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick are making moves, closing in on Shohashi by 10.1 units. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are also gaining ground on Hugert 03, narrowing the gap by 2.3 units. Drin 1 is on the move, closing the gap on Kairi by 8.7. MYST 149 and Bakio P8 have made impressive moves to take P3 from Shohashi. Meanwhile, Shohashi has swiftly climbed to P4, passing Gren and Jeb. Dakota Snake and ILSV Patrick are now in 5th position after passing V4 Zone. V4 Zone has climbed to 6th place, surpassing Gren and Jeb in the process. Kairi is closing in on Gren and Jeb by 41.2 units. Meanwhile, Kamado 3K is catching up to Electric Mary by 22.5 lengths. The chase continues as Kairi narrows the gap on Gren and Jeb by 41.2 units. Drin 1 is making a significant move, reducing the gap to Kairi by 6.3 units. Meanwhile, Kamado 3K is closing in on Electric Mary with a massive 55.9 unit gain. Drin 1 continues to pursue Kairi, closing the gap further by 6.3 units. Kamado 3K is making a swift move towards Electric Mary from Team Quarkspress, reducing the distance by 56.1 units. Exciting progress there. John 073 has climbed up to P23, successfully passing Okayaki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes. Hey there Ship Roman, welcome back to the channel. Good to have you joining us again for some thrilling AI race car action. That's some unexpected drama on the track with the engine trouble. Rain and engine issues providing some unexpected twists and turns in the race today. Kairi is rapidly catching up to Gren and Jeb, closing the gap by 2.6 seconds. Kamado 3K has made a significant move to P17, surpassing Electric Mary. Unknown Knowns has climbed to P30, overtaking Sidewreck in a swift maneuver. Drin 1 is rapidly closing the gap on Kairi by 8.7 units. The gap keeps decreasing as Drin 1 inches closer to Kairi. Additionally, Fafamarker is steadily gaining on Elpiost and Obeliximax, reducing the deficit by 3.6 units. Okayaki 3 is rapidly catching up to John 073, reducing the gap by 573.6 units. Hugert 03 is also closing in on Sneaky 515, narrowing the distance by 3.2 units. It seems like Okayaki 3 is really making a move on John 073, cutting the gap by an impressive 573.6 units. Gren and Jeb is making a swift move, narrowing the distance to Dakota Snake and Ilsp Patrick by 9.3 units. V4 Zone is now in 5th place after passing Dakota Snake and Ilsp Patrick. Gren and Jeb is continuing to apply pressure on Dakota Snake and Ilsp Patrick, reducing the gap even further by 9.3 units. Kairi is making impressive gains on Gren and Jeb, shrinking the distance by 10.5 units. The battle intensifies as Elpiost and Obeliximax are also closing in on Neighbor, reducing the gap by 4.8. Unknown Knowns is making a bold move, reducing the gap to Babardo and Sabine 27 by 592.7 units. Over on the track, Drin 1 is steadily approaching Kairi, lessening the distance by 4.9 units. It seems like Unknown Knowns is determined to catch up with Babardo and Sabine 27, as they close the gap by an impressive 592.7 units. Babardo and Sabine 27 are on a mission, narrowing the gap to Rizaldi Adar by 406.0. The dynamic duo NYST 149 and Bakioki 8 have surged to P1, passing Bucci0 and Amy. Over at P11, Opiost and Obelixamax are locked in a tight battle with Pfaffermarker, showcasing some impressive skills in their respective cars. Shohashi is closing in on Bucci0 and Amy, narrowing the gap by 47.4 units. Kamikaze 38 and the Inman Cypher are also catching up to Electric Mary, reducing the difference by 19.8. Irevale and Romance are closing in on Unknown Knowns, decreasing the gap by 7.9. Okayaki 3 is making big moves, chasing down MBG 2129 and Newcombakum with an impressive gain of 410.6 units. Hugard 03 is making up ground on Pfaffermarker, reducing the difference by 7.1 seconds. The Forzone has advanced to 4th place, overtaking Shohashi. They are now locked in a fierce duel for the coveted position. It's a battle of Ferrari versus Jaguar in this high-stakes race. Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot are on the move, catching up to Just Jazik and UG Nitro with a 9.5-second reduction in the gap. Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher are also making significant progress, closing in on Electric Mary by 42.2 seconds. Expecting an intense battle as Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot continue to reel in Just Jazik and UG Nitro by 9.5 seconds. Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher are making a strong push towards Electric Mary, reducing the gap by 95.6 units. Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick are also gaining ground on Shohashi, lessening the distance by 3.0 units. Meanwhile, Grenin Jeb is closing in on Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick, bringing the gap down by 2.4 units. Laserloxt has advanced to the 31st position, successfully overtaking Sidedrag. Shohashi is in a tight tussle with Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick for 5th place. Shohashi is piloting a Jaguar C-Type while Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick are behind the wheel of an Aston Martin DBR11. Amin-san is making a big move, narrowing the gap between them and MBG 2129 and Newcombakum by 441.9 units. Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher have climbed to P18, surpassing Electric Mary. Keep an eye on Amin-san as they continue to close in on their competition. Sidedrag has advanced to 31st place, successfully passing Laserloxt. Okayaki 3 continues to make impressive progress, narrowing the distance to John 073 by 571.4 units. The chase is on. Babardo and Sabine 27 are making a significant move, narrowing the gap to Rizaldi Adar by 558.9. Shohashi, Dakota Snake, and Ilst Patrick are fiercely contesting the 5th position with Shohashi in a Jaguar C-Type, and Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick in an Aston Martin DBR101. Meanwhile, Amin-san has climbed up to P24, surpassing MBG 2129 and Newcombakum. Neighbor is making a move and closing in on Dring 1, reducing the gap by 3.2 seconds. Shohashi, Dakota Snake, and Ilse Patrick are fiercely competing for the 5th position. Shohashi is behind the wheel of a Jaguar C-Type, while Dakota Snake and Ilse Patrick are maneuvering their Aston Martin DBR11. The battle for the 5th spot is heating up. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick have advanced to 5th place, overtaking Shohashi. Unknown Knowns has made a significant move, climbing up to P28 by successfully passing Babardo and Sabine 27 on the track. Okayaki 3 is now right on Jump 073's tail, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Rizaldi Adar is making a bold move, closing in on MBG 2129 and Mukumbakum with a significant 514.1 gap reduction. This race is heating up as Rizaldi Adar continues to apply pressure on the leading cars. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick are fiercely contesting the 5th position in their Aston Martin DBR11, while Shohashi in the Jaguar C-Type is keeping up. Neighbor is steadily closing in on Dring 1, reducing the gap by 4.0 seconds. The mid-pack battles are heating up as the race progresses. Unknown Knowns is making a significant move, closing in on Rizaldi Adar with a 543.0 gap reduction. Meanwhile, Grenin Jeb is gaining on Shohashi, narrowing the distance by 2.2. Unknown Knowns continues to chase down Rizaldi Adar, reducing the gap by 543.0. Rizaldi Adar is now in P26 after overtaking MBG 2129 and Mukumbakum. Laserlogst has advanced to P31 by passing Sidrek from Team Live for Speed. Sidrek maneuvered up to P31, surpassing Kokibi 90 and Chinoski. Meanwhile, Kokibi 90 and Chinoski climbed to P32, overtaking Laserlogst. Unknown Knowns is making a strong move, reducing the gap to MBG 2129 and Mukumbakum by 569.6 units. Meanwhile, Electric Mary is closing in on Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher, narrowing the difference by 3.3 lengths. The competition is getting intense as the race progresses. Rizaldi Adar advances to P24, overtaking Amin San. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick sneak past V4 Zone, securing the 4th place in the race. Shohashi smoothly overtakes V4 Zone, advancing to the 5th position. Rafael and Romance are making a rapid move, catching up to MBG 2129 and Newcombacken with a 335.4 reduction in the gap. Shohashi has made a strong advancement, surpassing Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick to claim the 4th spot. A heated battle is on between Shohashi in a Jaguar C-Type and Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick in an Aston Martin DBR1 for the 4th position. Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick make a great move to secure the 4th position, overtaking Shohashi. Alpiost, Obelixamax, and Fafamarker are fiercely battling for the 11th spot. Alpiost and Obelixamax with an Aston Martin DBR1, while Fafamarker in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa. Laserlogst from Team Vanguard advances to 32nd place, overtaking Kokibi 90 and Chinoski. Alpiost and Obelixamax are showing impressive speed as they chase down Neighbor from Team No Name Racing, reducing the gap by 11.0 seconds. V4 Zone has made a bold move into 5th place, overtaking Shohashi. Alpiost and Obelixamax continue to close in on Neighbor, now with an 11.0 second gap. John 073 has climbed to 22nd place, passing Okaiki 3. Rafael and Romance have advanced to 28th place, overtaking Unknown Knowns. Laserlogst now sits in 31st place, surpassing both Kokibi 90 and Chinoski. Electric Mary from Team Quarkspress is making impressive progress, narrowing the gap by 12.3 seconds to Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher. Just Jazik and UG Nitro have advanced to 14th place, surpassing Sneaku 515. Electric Mary continues to close in on Kamikaze 38 and the Unknown Cypher, reducing the gap by 12.3 seconds. V4 Zone successfully advances to P4 by overtaking Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick. Grenning Jeb is steadily closing in on Shohashi, reducing the gap by 2.2 seconds. Unknown Knowns is making significant progress, closing in on Rafael and Romance with a reduction of 571.2 units in the gap. The pressure is on for Rafael and Romance to hold their positions as Unknown Knowns rapidly gains ground. Rafael and Romance are on the move, catching up to MBG 2129 and Newcombacken, reducing the gap by 4.7 seconds. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are putting the pressure on Hubert 03, reducing the distance by 4.6. Rafael and Romance now find themselves at P27 after overtaking MBG 2129 and Newcombacken. Unknown Knowns has made a significant move, climbing up to 28th place by surpassing both MBG 2129 and Newcombacken. Kokibi 90 and Chinoski are climbing up the ranks, now sitting at 32nd position after overtaking Sidrak. Alpiost and Obelixamax are fighting hard for the 11th position, both in their Aston Martin DBR11. Pfaffermarker is also in the mix driving a Ferrari 250 Testarossa. It's a close battle between these three drivers as they jostle for position. Alpiost said, "Hey Amy. Extend the race by 30 minutes. Oh, I wish I could extend the race for you, but unfortunately, I can't control the race duration. But who knows, maybe next time you'll catch the start of the race and enjoy the full adventure." Kokibi 90 and Chinoski are making significant progress, closing in on Laserdust with a 411.1 gap reduction. Rafael and Romance have climbed to P26, successfully overtaking Unknown Knowns. In response, Unknown Knowns has now moved up to P27, surpassing Amin San. Grenin Jeb has advanced to the 6th position, surpassing Shohashi. The 4 zone is making a strong move, narrowing the gap to Buchizero and Amy by 14.2 seconds. V4 zone, Dakota Snake, and Ilst Patrick are fiercely contesting for the 4th position. It's a showdown between the Ferrari 250 Testarossa, Aston Martin DBR11, and another Aston Martin DBR11. Dakota Snake and ILSB Patrick are neck and neck in a tight battle for 5th place, both driving an Aston Martin DBR11. Grenin Jeb is keeping up in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa. Karikairi is steadily gaining on Shohashi, reducing the gap by 2.1 seconds. Neighbor is rapidly catching up to Drin 1, closing the distance by 4.8 seconds. Kokibi 90 and Chinoski are making a huge move, closing in on Laserdust with a significant 409.7 gap reduction. These drivers are really pushing hard to catch up. Buchizero and Amy are gaining on MYST 149 and Bakioki 8, reducing the distance by 2.4 seconds. Grenin Jeb successfully advances to 5th place after overtaking Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick. A fierce 3-way battle unfolds for the 5th position between Grenin Jeb in a Ferrari 250 Testarossa and Dakota Snake and Ilst Patrick in an Aston Martin DBR11. Rafael and Romance are making a strong push, reducing the gap to Isolde Adar by 535.4 units. The competition is heating up as they close in on the leader. Rafael and Romance are on the move, closing in on Isolde Adar with a significant 8.5 second decrease in the gap. The pressure is on as they strive to make their way to the front. Hubert 03 from Team NAFH Gun Kings has made a move, advancing to 12th place by overtaking Pfaffermarker. Just Jazik and UG Nitro are making their move on Pfaffermarker from Team NAFH Gun Kings, shrinking the gap by 2.4 seconds. Pfeffermarker is gaining ground on Just Jazzic and UG Nitro, reducing the gap by 17.1 units. Sneaku 515 of Racing Potatoes is catching up fast to Pfeffermarker, closing the distance by 40.3 units. In a bold move, Shohashi has advanced to P7, surpassing Karikari in the standings. Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot are steadily catching up to Pfeffermarker, reducing the gap by 47.2 units. Shohashi and Karikari are fiercely competing for 7th place. The duo of Mr. Alioli and Sir Ironbot continues to narrow in on Pfeffermarker, showing impressive speed and determination. John 073 is making some serious moves, closing the gap on a used Gen 7 by a whopping 412.3 units. Talk about a speedy pursuit. Shohashi and Karikari continue to duel for the 7th position. Hey there, Furkan and Mertran. Welcome back to the stream, thanks for joining us again. Let's catch up on some epic AI race car action together.